Well, I was a little surprised, being that we graduated 5 seniors, so I wasn't sure where people would view us in terms of the seating. And then without Thomas More, it's a little bit, interesting for the first time in a long time. But we're excited about it. We think we've got some good depth coming, this year, and we've got a lot of newcomers. So a little bit surprised, but I think it speaks to the respect people have of our program success over a long period of time. Yeah, we're excited for her this year. She's excited for the season. I've never seen a kid more ready to play. We were talking in the preseason, she's never won a championship. In high school, she didn't have the opportunity to win a championship. In her first 3 years here, she hasn't won a championship. So that is her main goal above all things. She just wants to go out, being a champion, and she's been working for that. And we have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, so she's been a great leader. She talks to the freshmen frequently. I had one of our freshmen come up to me and say that she's been amazing, and just the support she's kind of given that really young group. So she is focused and ready and really working hard, and we expect her to be steady, and she doesn't have to carry the team by herself. We've got a lot of people around her, but we really expect some big things from her this year. Well, who isn't excited about Lauren Gilbert at W&J, right? She's a great kid, a great competitor, and she just works really hard every day. We expect her to build on last season and be more consistent. I think as a normal freshman, she had a fantastic season, but it was up and down. She had some great games, she had some not so great games. So I think for her, the biggest piece this year is being consistent, being at a high level consistently. And I think she's done that in practice, and she's working really hard and pushing people. And I think our younger kids already really look to her as kind of be that kid that could be the go-to player for us. So it's really a lot of pressure to kind of repeat that freshman season, but I think it's the kind of pressure that she wants and is ready to handle. So I think she'll have a really good year this year. I think for freshmen, it's the adjustment to the speed and the intensity of practice that freshmen seem to struggle with. Most of these freshmen were, of course, the best player on their high school team, and they're not used to working quite as hard to see the same results. So I've been meeting with them now, and I think they talk about the speed of the game. I think there's this misconception at Division III that the game isn't that much faster and the kids aren't that much stronger. And then they get here and they're like, oh wow, yeah, it is a lot faster. So I think for our freshmen, that adjustment is what's taking place right now, and just that daily grind of practice. And it's hard, it's more difficult than what they expected, but they are a really great group. Yeah, I think Ali Cito is going to surprise some people. She just works. She is probably the best rebounder in the conference. She is an offensive rebounding machine. So we talk about even in practice, like if you got to keep her off the boards in practice. She's just relentless in her rebounding. So I think that won't be a surprise. I think other coaches are prepared for that, but I think she'll have a really big breakout season. And we have a couple freshmen that I think will come in and do some really good things. Izzy Allen's doing very well. Kylie McKinnon at the point guard spot as a freshman. I think she's going to come in, and people won't know who she is right away, but I think she'll have a really good year. She's really quick, and will control the tempo for us. So Maria Lawhorn has been injured, so she should be back soon. We expect her to do some good things. She came off the bench last year and had, some good games for us. So we want some more consistency from her. And another kid is Hannah Johnston, a sophomore. We're really young, but she's a kid who just finished soccer season. So she's a little behind the 8 ball right now in terms of getting into the flow of the season, but we expect her to be a big contributor. She's very smart and strong and a good defender. So we expect her to have a really good year this year as well. Yeah, I think one of our biggest goals, and it has nothing to do with wins and losses, is just to create a culture of work. I think That's kind of been lost a little bit over the last few years, and so that is a main goal that should happen every day, and we talk about that, and we've been working on that. Our biggest number one priority is to win the conference championship. That is our number one goal. And when you do that, you make the NCAA tournament. That takes care of itself. So we are really excited about competing in the PAC this year. We want nothing less than a conference championship, and I'm sure other teams and programs are saying the same thing. So that won't be an easy task, but that is our, our number one goal at the end of the year is to be the conference champion. And we hope to work every day to get better because we are so young. And I think our future, beyond this year is really bright because we have 15 freshmen and sophomores. So to continue to get better every single day and work and build to the end of the year is what we're trying to focus on.